and welcome to Miss Bailey's Daily Does. Today we are going to be learning to name and sort common 2D and 3D shapes. So the way that I teach my class the different names of the 2D and 3D shapes, because sometimes some of them are quite similar or we don't know how to say them correctly, is by learning some actions to help us to remember. So the first one we're going to be doing is circle, and we're going to do an action like this because it makes a circle shape. And this one's quite a tricky one because it has a k at the beginning of it. So some of the children might have a look at that and say kirkle. They know that the it and makes but they don't know that that k makes it sound. So we say circle. See when you say that? Circle. We make a circular shape. There's lots of things that are circular shaped. Lots of things in my classroom. In fact, my spotty carpet right here has big circles on them. So circles. The next one is a semicircle. That's half of a circle. You can see that here. If I drew another half there, it'd be a full circle. And we're going to do this action for that because this part of my shoulders here and my clavicle is going to be doing that lovely straight line, and this half is going to be doing my half of my circle. So we've got circle, we've got semicircle, which is half of that circle, semicircle. We've got triangle, and for this one, we're going to get our two thumbs, put those together, and then the two fingers, our index fingers next to it, just like make a triangular shape like that. So triangle. And this word try here means 3, and we know that a triangle has 3 vertices, 1, 2, 3, and 3 sides, 1, 2, 3. So triangle. So if we go from here, we've got circle, half of that circle is a semicircle, we've got triangle, next one, square. So for this one we get our hands like this and we go square, we make a square like that, so square, like we're making a box, like we're doing a little dance, so square. And we know that the sides on a square are all equal. So we've got to make sure that square, the sides are exactly equal. So they're all equal and it has 4 sides and 4 vertices. So that's square. Then we have a rectangle. Now a rectangle sometimes gets mixed up with a square. The main difference is the fact that the sides on a rectangle are not all equal. It has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. Whereas a square, all the sides are exactly the same length. So for rectangle, we do a bit of a longer stretch for the sides and then a little side for each of those ones. So the 2 at the top and the 2 at the side, so rectangle. So we've got circle, half of that is a semicircle, triangle, square, rectangle. Fantastic. Now, these are the harder ones. These are the ones that have more than 4 sides and that we start to get a little bit trickier. So, we've got pentagon. Can you say that? Pentagon, pentagon. And to remind us of this one, I get my children to pretend that they're holding their whiteboard pens. So, pentagon. And a pentagon has 5 vertices and 5 sides. And you can see that on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've just done rectangle, pentagon, and we know that has 5 vertices and 5 sides. After that one, we have hexagon. And a hexagon has 1 more vertice and 1 more side than a pentagon. So if a pentagon has 5, 1 more than 5 is 6. So a hexagon has 6 vertices and 6 sides. And because it has this that X in it, and it has 6 vertices and 6 sides, we're going to do the action X like that. So a hexagon. And that X is going to remind us, oh, it has 6 vertices and 6 sides. And again, you can see that here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So, rectangle, long across, short at the sides. Pentagon, like you're holding your pen, that's got 5 vertices and 5 sides. Hexagon, because that X reminds us of 6. Next one, heptagon. Heptagon. So heptagon has one more than a hexagon, one more vertex, one more side. So instead of 6, it has one more, 7. And for that, we're going to put our 7 fingers up to remind us. Heptagon. See whether you can say that. Heptagon. So we've got hexagon, which is our X, to remind us of 6. Heptagon is our 7, to remind us. Pentagon is our pen. And this is my favourite one, octagon. So, we're going to pretend that we're an octopus with our 8 legs. So, octagon. So we've got pentagon holding our pen. Hexagon, that X reminded us of the 6. Heptagon is 7. Octagon, pretending we're an octopus, because that's got 8 vertices and 8 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. So, there's some of our 2D shapes and actions to help you to remember them. So we'll start from the beginning. Circle, half of a circle, semicircle, triangle, think about square, square, rectangle, from there, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon. Fantastic. So, now we're going to have a look at 3D shapes. Now, 3D shapes are slightly different to 2D shapes because they have length, height, and depth. Whereas 2D shapes only have length and height. A 3D shape is anything that you can physically pick up. So 2D shapes are usually flat and you can't pick them up. So they might be on a worksheet that you can't pick up. So 3D shapes, we can pick them up and we can physically hold them. That means that they're 3D. So, the first one is cube. And for this one, you can see in the picture there's a dice. So we're going to imagine that we've got a dice in our hands and that we're going to chuck it. And that's going to be cube. Cube. So see whether you can do that. So practice with that dice. Cube. And a cube is like a 3D square. So all the sides and all the faces are square and all the sides are equal, just like a square. So it's like a 3D square. So cube, imagine you're rolling your dice. And then we've got a cuboid. So you can see they both have that C-U-B in the beginning of it for cube and cuboid. And a cuboid is like a 3D rectangle. It has some square faces and it has some rectangular faces. Not all the sides are equal like a cube. And for this one, you can see a lovely tissue box. And we've got tables that are cube shaped and lots of other things in our lives that are cube shapes. But we're going to pretend that we're getting a tissue out of our box and blowing our nose like that. And we'll say cuboid, so that will remind us. So we've got cube as in we're rolling our dice. We've got grab your tissue, cuboid, cuboid. Then for this one, we've got cylinder. See whether you can say that. Cylinder. And you can see here that a cylinder has a circular face at the top and a circular face at the bottom. And it's got no vertices, so no corners. And you can see this Coca-Cola can. So we're going to pretend we're opening up our Coca-Cola can and drinking it. And that's going to be cylinder. So open up your Coca-Cola can and then drinking it. Fantastic. So we've got cube, which is our dice. We've got cuboid, which is our box of tissues. Cuboid. I'm pretending that you're sneezing into it or blowing that nose. And then we've got cylinder, our Coca-Cola can, and I'll drink. Probably a few burps would come out after me drinking a Coca-Cola can as well. Then we have a square-based pyramid. So the way that I teach my children this is square-based pyramid. So we're making a pyramid. And you can see the Egyptian pyramids here have a square base and then those triangular faces, just like a square-based pyramid. So square-based pyramid. See if you can say that? Square-based pyramid. So we've got cube. Imagine you're rolling your dice. You've got cuboid. Grab your tissues. Blow your nose. Cuboid. We've got cylinder. Coca-Cola. We've got square-based pyramid. Square-based pyramid, just like in Egypt. Then we've got, oh, this is my favourite, a triangular prism. See if you can say that, triangular prism. And you can see Miss Bailey's, one of Miss Bailey's favourite chocolate bars, a Toblerone. But I actually prefer a white chocolate one rather than a milk chocolate one. So for triangular prism, we're going to do a triangle, just like that. So triangular prism, perfect. And then we've got another one of Miss Bailey's favourite, on a summer's day, not like today when it's rainy and horrible, a cone. See if you can say that, cone. And you can see here, the shape of my cone is the same shape as the cone that you get on an ice cream. So I want you to imagine you're holding an ice cream that's a lovely sunny day, that's melting all down you, whatever flavour ice cream you like, and you're licking it. And we can say cone. Cone. You could also, if you didn't want to do the ice cream one, you could think about a cone that they use for road traffic signs and when people are building on the roads. They have cones out, those orange ones. So you might want to do a cone shape if you want to do that instead of an ice cream. So let's see if we can remember some of them. Cube, get your dice, cube. Cuboid, grab your tissue box. We've got cylinder, Coca-Cola can. Square-based pyramid, square-based pyramid. Then we've got our triangular prism, triangular prism. And our cone. The final 3D shape we're going to learn today is a sphere. And you can see that there's a football there. So this is like a 3D circle almost. So we can imagine that we're kicking a football, or you could imagine you're bouncing a basketball, or shooting in the hoop, a netball, whatever you like. But that one's going to be sphere. Fantastic. So let's see now whether we can go all the way from the beginning. This is going to be hard for Miss Bailey to remember too. And go through all the 2D and 3D shapes. Let's see whether we can go back through it and do all the actions for them, because this is going to help us to remember them. So, start from the beginning. Circle, semicircle, triangle, square, rectangle, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon. Fantastic if you got those right. Now let's see if we can go through our 3D shape. So we start with our dice and our cube. Then we've got cuboid. Grab your box tissues. Fantastic. Then we've got our cylinder. Grab your Coca-Cola can. Then we have our square-based pyramid. After that, we have our Toblerone, triangular prism. We have our cone. Imagine you eating your ice cream. And finally, we have our sphere. Fantastic. Now we're going to see whether you can recognise the shapes and say whether they're 2D or 3D. So, is a triangle 2D or 3D? If you're at home and you're watching this, if you think it is 2D, can you stand up? If you think it's 3D, I want you to stay sat down. Have a think. Is it 2D or is it 3D? Is it two-dimensional with length and height, or is it three-dimensional with length, height and depth? If you said it was 2D, you are correct, so well done. Is a cube 2D or 3D? Remember that action, that dice, is it 2D or 3D? This time, if you think it's 2D, I want you to spin around. If you think it's 3D, I want you to do a big star jump in the air. So see which one. So 2D, spin around. 3D, big star jump in the air. See which one you think it is. If you did a big star jump in the air, you are correct. It is a 3D shape. A circle 2D, or is it 3D? Can I pick it up? Have a little think. If you think it is 2D, I want you to put your finger on your nose. If you think it is 3D, I want you to pull a really silly face. So do you think it's 2D, finger on your nose, or is it 3D, pull a silly face? If you put your finger on your nose, you are correct. A circle is a 2D shape. A square is a square. A 2D shape or a 3D shape. If you think it's a 2D shape, I want you to imagine that you're a chicken. So you can bark around if you're doing bark, 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 bark. If you think it's a 3D shape, I want you to imagine that you're riding a bicycle. So 2D shape, you can be a chicken, bark, 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 bark. 3D shape, ride that bicycle. Square, 2D or 3D. If you are being a chicken, you are correct. It is a 2D shape. So what my children are going to have a try at doing now is this worksheet. So it's using 2D and 3D shapes, naming them and sorting them. So the first one, it says, I can name other shapes in the picture. How many rectangles are there? So they're going to be looking at this and having a look and actually picking out which ones are rectangles, because we know that there's lots of different shapes in here. I can see a triangle, I can see some squares, so I can number those rectangles. Name the 3D shapes, so I've got to name the blue one, the green one, the purple one, the pink one, and the orange one. We've done all of those today. Which 3D shapes could you use to print the 2D shapes in this picture? So this one's quite nice because it's thinking about what those 3D shapes look like and what faces they have. So for example, a cylinder has 2 circular faces. So if I put a cylinder, one of those faces, in paint and printed it on a piece of paper, I could get a circular face from there and a 2D shaped circle. So see whether you can use the links in the YouTube channel to sort 2D and 3D shapes. Thank you.